For more than 80 years, the Friends Committee on National Legislation has been a powerful, nonpartisan, and faith-based voice for peace and justice.
In 2015, FCNL made a shift to put the tools and resources into the hands of constituents across the country. That effort led to the development of a 50-statewide network.
Having an office here on Capitol Hill gives FCNL an important voice, but we know that real change is driven by ordinary people like you and me around the country.
That's why FCNL supports a network of over 135 grassroots advocacy teams in all 50 states and the District of Columbia.
We were able to just really have a deep dive to what it really means to be in an advocacy team, specifically here in San Diego, where we haven't had one for such a long time. Everyone was super energized. We were able to get to know each other and also do a deep dive into the campaign to support Gaza.
Advocacy Teams members develop long-term relationships with members of Congress and their staff, publish in the media, and hold events to educate their communities about issues of peace and justice. The Advocacy Teams program is built around the most effective way to change your member of Congress's position on an issue, having a sit-down meeting, either in person or virtually.
All of your hard work fighting and advocating and communicating your issues with members of Congress, members of the Senate, people here in the federal government, I can tell you has been truly appreciated by all of us. What I can tell you from a personal note, especially the friends in Santa Cruz, the work that you've done to communicate with me on your issues has made me a better representative.
Advocacy team members come from a variety of backgrounds and faith traditions. We are all united by Quaker principles of deep listening, finding common ground, and looking for the light of God in everyone.
Teams gather for a monthly national call to hear from a high-profile guest speaker, hear policy updates from FCNL staff, and be inspired by stories from advocacy teams around the country.
FCNL staff and volunteer leaders around the country provide support to teams as they advocate.
Advocacy teams work on one legislative issue each year because when we all work together in a coordinated fashion, we are more effective. In addition to this main campaign, advocacy teams work on other issues that they're also passionate about.
When we started the advocacy team here in West Virginia 8 years ago in the Eastern Panhandle, we had a newly elected member of Congress who had actually come from out of state and was a strong, moderate GOP representative. I called him, had a direct conversation about our legislative act, which was to eliminate unfunded priorities from the Pentagon budget. I said, I think your congressman has a constitutional and fiscal orientation that puts him in line with us, even though he doesn't often agree with us. He's the first Republican co-sponsor for removing unfunded priorities from the Pentagon budget.
Your commitment to peace, justice, and dialogue has had a lasting impact on the way individuals understand complex issues, including how I thought about U.S. foreign policy, especially during my effort to repeal the Iraq War AUMF. Your teams come prepared, grounded in values, and always respectful. Working with FCNL has reminded me that persistent, principled civic engagement can truly shape policy, and it has made a lasting impact on me.
And best of all, the Advocacy Teams program works. Let me give you an example. In 2022, the Advocacy Teams had a profound impact on the debate around a Yemen War Powers resolution. After meeting with advocacy teams, 39 new co-sponsors signed on in the House, and 12 new Senate co-sponsors also signed on. And this provided needed pressure to help bring the parties to the table to negotiate a ceasefire. In just 10 years, FCNL has built a 50-state network that advocates for peace and justice. You don't have to feel alone in this work. Visit fcnl.org/teams to join a local team or start your own. We're excited to support you.